What? Does everyone else see the random arrow over there? Huh. That's weird. Well, I guess we'll figure out what that is later on. I got TM5! Now, what's this one? I don't remember. Yeah, that's as far as I got in this. TM5 is Mega Kick, okay. I'm not going to use it right now, but that's a good attack. And we have an Onyx! I'm going to catch it this time. I have seen Onyxes before. I think only off screen. I don't know if I've shown them on screen. But I've never been able to catch them because I always screw up and kill them. I'm probably going to do it again. No, I didn't. Okay, so let's catch this Onyx. Onyx is a pretty powerful rock ground type Pokemon. It is... If you had to use a rock type or a ground type, it is one of my favorites for this game. It's one of my overall favorite rock types and ground types. And then when you get into the later games where you can evolve into a Steelix, it makes it a freaking tank. But I digress. Now what to name it? One moment. Snake! 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 I had to do it. Snake! Went into the PC. Anyway, let's continue onwards. And get into another encounter. So follow me, people. And we'll do it again. For the love of God, no more random encounters. Thank you. Ah, so you wish to challenge the Elite Four. Yeah, I do. Okay, we got a couple of people with whips, and now this guy is juggling his balls. Yes. Oh my god. Anyway, this guy brings out a Drowsy. Drowsy is a Psychic type, which means that's probably not smart to face off against it with Jackie. Oh well. We're gonna use Thunder Punch on it. Psychic types are weak against Ghost type attacks. However, the only Ghost types in this game are also Poison types, which means that it is a paradox to fight off against them. They do make up for it for being extremely freaking powerful, but I just don't like fighting a Pokemon with a Pokemon that is weak against it, if that makes sense. Then again, I was just doing that. I am a hypocrite. Towards myself, more or less. Anyway. Your best bet would be to use Haunter or Gengar against the Drowsy. However, I just like doing it without using them until maybe later on. There is a point in which I might bring out Haunter for my final rush for the Elite Four. I don't know, I might. I know I did it last time I played through this game, so who knows? Anyway, this guy brings out HYPNO. HYPNO is the evolved form of Drowsy. It is a Psychic type as well, which means that's also weak against Ghost type attacks. However, the only Ghost type is also a Poison type, so yeah. And Sparks just paralyze it. Yes! Fun fact for this game. If you haven't noticed it by now, then you probably wouldn't unless I mention it. Look at the top screen. If he uses Psychic again, look at the top screen, the top of the screen, where his name is. Let's see if he can do it. No, he doesn't. They actually screwed up the animation when they tried to do Psychic. The top part of the screen doesn't move. The very top of the screen does not move at all. Anyway, I digress. His next Pokemon is Kadabra. Kadabra is the evolved form of Abra. It is a Psychic type, just like Drowsy, and just like Hypno, is much stronger than Drowsy and Hypno in all my experiences. See? Just a fun fact for you guys. But I digress. It does learn Recover, which is annoying. Then again, I've got Recover too, so I'm being a hypocrite again. Hypocrisy knows no bounds. Then again, who cares? Anyway, I'm just gonna keep spamming Psychic and try and kill it. There you go. Now I know that Psychic is not effective. It's not very effective against another Psychic type. However, that means that whenever I'm fighting off against a Psychic type, their attacks aren't that effective against mine too. So unless his Kadabra is higher level than mine, chances are he's not going to beat me. Especially if I'm spamming Psychic. If he's got Psywave, maybe. He might be able to beat me. Simply because Psywave has the ability to confuse you, kind of like Confusion does, but it has a higher confusing rating. But I digress. It has a very highly confusing rating because it's a confusing attack. All these Psychic attacks are confusing. But I digress. Again, he's using Recover, which is annoying. So I'm just going to keep spamming Psychic until he dies. It is a good strategy, isn't it? It is a very good strategy. Not much of a strategy, but a good one. Partially because, if I'm not mistaken, Recover only has a couple of PP, which means that whenever I use Psychic enough times... Oh, it's got more PP than Psychic, okay. Well, either way, I was going to say that if I use it a couple times, then he'll run out of PP before I do, but that's not the case. Will you stop using Recover? Okay. Will you stop using Recover? Will you stop using Psychic? Gosh! I'm going to use Psybeam then. Screw you. Oh, you're going to use Disable. Okay. Yeah, this is a very interesting fight. It's like a mirror fighting itself. A mirror fighting itself. Aw, come on. Don't do this. Okay, fine. If you're going to go back to your attack, I'm going to go back to mine. I'm sorry for this. This is ridiculous, I know. I understand wholeheartedly. But he just lost the game. And so did you. Kumatora gets some experience. Kumatora levels up. And this fight is over. Now go juggle your balls in the corner. That's disgusting. Anyway, I digress. Let's head upwards and over here. Because we can't go that way because there is a block blocking our way. And I like that word, block. Block, 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 block. Block, 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 block. It's like a chicken. Come on, I'll whip you. Stop with the whips! Oh my god. For the love of God, no whips. And you have a lollipop, which makes you a very creepy old man. Ugh. Enough with it. I'm going to spray water all over your cat. His first Pokemon is Persian. Persian is a normal type. It's the evolved form of Meowth. So your best bet would be to have a fighting type that knows fighting type moves. Attack it. Or just spritz it with water a couple times. And you'll piss off that cat quite a bit and make it run away. Frostbite gets some experience, and his next Pokemon is Golduck. So water type attacks won't really be that effective. Golduck is the evolved form of Psyduck. If I'm not mistaken, it is a water type, not a water psychic type. It might be a water psychic type though. So, yeah. I don't remember. I haven't used Golduck in forever, which is weird because Golduck used to be one of my favorite water type Pokemon. But then again, I digress yet again. He does have Confusion. If I'm not mistaken, that is one of the few Psychic type attacks that Golduck can learn. Which is why I think that it is just a water type Pokemon, just with psychic powers. I did not whip. You know, I'm gonna smack you with your own whip. There you go. Now I whipped you. Screw you, man. I got that full heal that you were blocking off. I see you. I see what you're doing, trying to block off that full heal. Screw you. Screw you. Ow. Anyway, I'm gonna heal Sparks up. And, I guess I'll revive Jackie. I'm not really that worried about it because all the rest of my Pokemon can handle this, and I don't really think that I'm gonna have a chance to catch that other Pokemon. Not saying that this is gonna be a fast dungeon, not saying that at all. But let's just say I don't have luck with this dungeon. Or the Pokemon in it. Or that other Pokemon that I'm trying to catch. And I just ran into another trainer, didn't I? Victory Road is too tough. To you, maybe. It's not to me. And enough with juggling the balls. Can we have some sane person to fight, please, for the love of God? Anyway, I digress. His Pokemon is Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime, in my opinion, can be better than Kadabra and Alakazam if trained correctly. If used correctly. But, since I'm being lazy in this run, and I'm just doing it like I would casually play it, I'm going to use Kadabra. That being said, I'm using Sparks in this fight. Mr. Mime is a Psychic type. It is a, since it is a Psychic type, it is weak against Ghost type attacks. However, the only Ghost type is a Poison type. I cannot stress this enough. Why would you do this? I do understand that Haunter and Gengar and Ghastly are really powerful for Ghost types, but if you get hit with Psychic, with the Psychic type that's much, or at least a little bit higher level than you, then you're screwed. Anyway, I'm digressing away from the fight. He's been using Substitute. Substitute is one of Mr. Mime's, as well as certain other Pokemon's, signature attacks. Substitute has the ability to stop you from damaging him at all. However, there is a huge Achilles heel to this. Substitute takes away from your own HP, which means when you're too weak, when your HP is in the red, you cannot make another substitute. If you rely too much on it, you're gonna get burned. There goes Mr. Mime. That's one of the things I don't like about facing off against other people. There are some attacks like that that they actually, that they spam, and it's ridiculous. If you're fighting off against a Pokemon with a strong enough attack, that Pokemon's going to blow away your... One moment. As I was trying to say, it's going to blow away your substitute really quickly, really easily, and in some cases, using a substitute will actually do more damage to you than just taking on that attack. I can't talk right now. If you couldn't tell. Now, why am I stopped here? Look to the south of me and slightly to the east. In other words, look down and look over to the right. That's the way out. We are right there. So close and yet so far. Then again, oh well. C'est la vie, as they say. Who says it? No, really, who says that? I don't know. I don't remember. Anyway, I do remember, but nah. Okay, I'm going to show this some Pokemon, like Golbat right here. Actually, I don't think I've caught a Golbat yet. Huh, it might be good that I was doing that. Anyway, some Pokemon, like Golbat here, have the ability to make it so that you cannot escape from them. Which sucks. If you're slightly stronger than them, slightly weaker than them, if you're much weaker than them, or just slightly stronger than them, or the same level as them, or whatever, they have the ability to stop you from leaving the fight just to get off a spare hit and do a little bit of damage, which is irritating and frustrating, especially because Golbats aren't really that good in my opinion. And I have not caught a Golbat yet, so this is my first Golbat. Yes! That's why I didn't catch Golbat. I think they are annoying. And again, I digress. What should I name you? One moment. I shall name you Batman. Batman. He's got feet. Why not? It makes him a humanoid character because he's got feet. His wings are practically arms. And he's got a head and mouth. He's a humanoid character. Get over it. But I digress. There's one last Pokemon in this dungeon that I've not caught. And if I run into it, you will know it. Now here's a douche move. Okay, I'm gonna say it. Here's a dick move. You put a trainer right next to an item which is completely blocked off. It is obvious that if you run into that if you run over there to get the item, you're going to get hit by that trainer. And watch the item be something useless. Just watch. I heard rumors of a child prodigy. Oh, I guess it's me. Huh. Not really a child anymore, but enough with the whips, for the love of God! Ooh, he's got Exeggutor. Exeggutor is a plant psychic type, and a really strong one at that. It is a tank. In my mind, it actually would rival Venusaur, to tell the truth. It is pretty powerful. Being a plant psychic type, that means that it is weak against ghost type attacks, fire type attacks, ice type attacks, and flying type attacks. However, it does have hypnosis, which you all know, in my mind, that is part of my LP curse. I always get hit by hypnosis. If someone uses it, I'm going to hit it. It's going to hit me. So, I'm going to bring out Ragnarok, and hopefully he doesn't use it again. What am I, psychic? Oh no, Exeggutor psychic. Okay. Now it makes perfect sense. He could see into the future and knew what I was just talking about. I don't care. Use flamethrower. Get Exeggutor out of here. His next Pokemon is Cloyster, which is the evolved form of Shelter, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Shelter. It is a water ice type, which means that your best bet would be to have a fire type to face off against it. I think. Possibly. Or an electric type. At least an electric type. That would be your best bet. So, I'm going to use Sparks. Throw a couple Thunderbolts at it. And get rid of Cloyster. Use Quick Attack and Cloyster goes down. Sparks gets some experience. Sparks levels up. And he's going to bring out one last Pokemon, Arcanine. Which is, by far, my favorite fire type. Arcanine's evolved form of Growlithe. Well, it's kind of my favorite. My favorite Pokemon is kind of yay, nay in my mind. I don't know which one's my favorite. Anyway, it is weak against ground type and water type, so use Surf and Arcanine goes down real quick. Simple as that. Now enough with the whips, for the love of God. Oh, Max Revive. That's helpful. And now I've got to fight a Graveler. Great. This is that final Pokemon that I was talking about. Which is fine and dandy. It is evolved form of Geodude. And the reason why I'm waiting to actually go over to the next frame is because it uses self-destruct. Bye-bye, Jackie. Called it.